I don't think so. And look, hear me out. I respect Crawford and everything that he's doing. But he just moved up from 147, so I'm just gonna treat him as a 147 pounder. He's jumping up 3 weight classes to fight someone who was like the number one fighter in all of boxing. It's not like he's jumping up to fight. Jump would be hard, even if it was just like some
Anybody.
top 10.
Right, yeah. That's a fact.
But he was the number one.
Terence Crawford's bold decision to move up in weight and face a legend like Canelo Alvarez has shaken the boxing world. But this emotional move has drawn a sharp reaction from Canelo's sparring partner and rising star, Virgil Ortiz Jr. Ortiz openly praised Crawford's skills, yet he also warned that this showdown will be anything but easy. According to Ortiz, if Crawford manages to defeat Canelo, he would instantly rank him as the number one boxer in the world, a massive statement coming from a young warrior of Ortiz's caliber. Ortiz was clear in saying that, for now, he doesn't consider Crawford the best. But if Crawford shocks the world by toppling Canelo, Ortiz would have no choice but to place him at the very top. That admission alone raises the stakes of this fight even higher, leaving fans everywhere wondering, does Crawford truly have the power and strategy to dethrone a Mexican powerhouse like Canelo? Ortiz also highlighted another crucial factor, size. Boxing isn't just about skill. Weight and raw strength can change the outcome in an instant. Every punch, every combination, and every second of this titanic clash could flip the script. With Canelo's natural size, heavy frame, and years of elite-level experience, Crawford faces one of the toughest tests of his career.
I think he does, but the thing is he going to be able to even to capitalize on it? Because he's a smaller fighter, and look, I think people are thinking at the aspect of, can Crawford do it? Yes, I think he can do it, but can Canelo do it? I think him doing it, he has a bigger chance of doing it than Crawford does. Now, Canelo, he has obviously the size advantage, the strength advantage, intellect. I think Crawford edges him out in IQ. But I just think the weight difference is going to be the deciding factor here. I mean, we've seen Crawford get hurt.
Virgil Ortiz believes Canelo Alvarez holds a massive edge, not just because of his experience, but because he is naturally bigger and stronger. Crawford may carry deep boxing knowledge, but Ortiz points out that weight could become the deciding factor in this war. In the ring, every pound counts, and that difference might decide who lands the more devastating shots. This isn't just a battle of skill, it's a brutal test of strength. Ortiz warns that Crawford's speed and intelligence may not be enough to overcome Canelo's raw power. Both men have shown toughness in their recent fights, but Ortiz insists one quality stands out above all: Canelo's dangerous timing, which could change everything.
We've seen Canelo get hurt, right? But I feel like
Not lately.
yeah, not lately. Not lately. It's been a while. When I seen Canelo's check hook against Berlanga, that shit was like this. And Canelo's not slow either. Like, this shit I didn't see that coming at all. He just dropped him, and I was just like, damn, he still got it. He still got it.
Virgil Ortiz believes Canelo Alvarez holds a massive edge, not just because of his experience, but because he is naturally bigger and stronger. Crawford may carry deep boxing knowledge, but Ortiz points out that weight could become the deciding factor in this war. In the ring, every pound counts, and that difference might decide who lands the more devastating shots. This isn't just a battle of skill, it's a brutal test of strength. Ortiz warns that Crawford's speed and intelligence may not be enough to overcome Canelo's raw power. Both men have shown toughness in their recent fights, but Ortiz insists one quality stands out above all: Canelo's dangerous timing, which could change everything.
I just think that Crawford just bit off a little more than he can chew, but if he can chew it and he beats him, which I think he can. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he has 0% chance. I'm just thinking Canelo wins. But if he does, he will be my number one fighter of all time.
Wow, I always knew that you had a lot of respect and admiration for him. Okay, so me and him was talking the other day about top 10 pound for pound, right? Mm-hmm. And he was saying that Boots is very, very close to being on top 10, or maybe even putting him on the top 10. And I said, we're in an era where we got so many great fighters. Yeah. It's hard to knock guys off and put Boots on right now, even though I see that he's great. Yeah. Do you feel like Boots belongs on the top pound for pound right now?
Not yet. I don't think so. Not right now. I just, like you said, we have so many people right now, and he's now. I'm not knocking him as a future fight that I see with him for sure. You know, I give my opponents or future opponents props because it just makes me look better. For sure.
Why does everybody think like that?
I mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, he's a bum, but why are you fighting a bum then?
Yeah,
You know what?
Right.
That's so simple and people don't get it.
Yeah, you know, so I will never knock my opponent. Like,
Terence Crawford has proven to be one of the toughest fighters in the sport, but Virgil Ortiz admits there's still a real chance for him to shock the world. The possibility of an upset adds fuel to the fire, making this matchup even more electrifying. A victory here wouldn't just be another win, it could rewrite boxing history and crown a new king of the ring. As the fight approaches, fans everywhere wonder, can Crawford defy the odds, or will Canelo once again prove why he's the favorite? Ortiz openly speaks about his intense training sessions with Canelo, and in doing so, he reminds everyone just how dangerous the Mexican superstar's skill, strength, and discipline truly are inside the ropes.
he hits hard, but he was held. I don't know. He held back for sure. Yeah, he held back for sure. But the one thing I remember was I set him up for a shot. It worked. I don't want to say which one because I just don't want to give away my secrets. So I'll tell you after. But I hit him with like hard hooks. I'm talking about like I made him drop his hand thinking I was gonna do something else, and I hit him hard as I could, and his head went like this.
Virgil Ortiz's story highlights just how unpredictable Canelo Alvarez can be inside the ring. His punches are not only powerful but also brilliantly timed, making him a nightmare opponent for anyone. Footage of sparring sessions shows that even the best boxers can be caught off guard by Canelo's sudden bursts of speed and precision, proving why his edge goes far beyond raw strength. The truth is, Canelo often holds back, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to unleash. That ability makes the coming showdown more than a fight. It's expected to be a masterclass in timing and power. Legendary trainer Abel Sanchez has also noted Canelo's evolution, explaining how every punch he throws carries purpose, meaning, and an impact that could define this battle. Trainer Abel Sanchez believes that Canelo Alvarez is far more than just bigger and stronger. He is smarter and more skilled inside the ring. Sanchez points out that Canelo has complete control over his punches and energy, making him an even more dangerous opponent than people realize. His experience, combined with faster movement and precision, allows him to finish fights before his rivals can adjust. What makes Canelo especially lethal is his mastery of rhythm and timing, which adds an entirely new level of danger. As this fight approaches, fans expect a battle where raw power will collide with strategy, and every decision could shift the outcome. According to Sanchez, Crawford must take these lessons seriously, because only then can he hope to challenge Canelo's relentless progress. Sanchez says that before the fight, Crawford needs to train harder and get past tougher challenges in order to resist Canelo's impact. He warns that speed alone won't be enough. Fan stresses how important it is to be very strong and train a lot. This new information adds an exciting new layer to the fight and shows how being physically ready could make all the difference. As the fight gets closer, it's clear that Crawford needs to keep up with the high stakes of his preparations or risk losing. To fight looks like it will be a true test of strength, stamina, and technique. With more information about Crawford's problems and a hint at how powerful Canelo might be, Abel Sanchez writes an interesting piece.
But once Canelo starts pounding on his arms and pounding him, it's a big choke for him. It's very difficult to stay away from him. He does full fight.
Abel Sanchez warns that once Canelo Alvarez begins targeting Crawford's arms, the damage could become nearly unstoppable. Crawford's heavier frame makes it harder for him to maintain the same speed and endurance as the fight progresses. This reality forces Crawford to devise a smart, immediate plan or risk falling behind early as the showdown draws nearer. Every move, every glance, and every punch gains significance, turning the ring into a true test of strength and willpower. This isn't just a clash of skill, it's a battle of resilience, stamina, and strategy. Sanchez subtly highlights a dangerous turning point. Crawford's speed may only give him an advantage at the start, leaving him vulnerable if he can't adapt before Canelo seizes control.
Of course, he does. It's going to help him. It's going to help him winning in the fight when Canelo is trying to assimilate the speed. After he catches on to certain things that Crawford does, he'll be able to hit him. It may not be with the combination like things used to hitting up people, but he'll hit him. And as the fight goes on, those fights will be money in the bank that he'll be able to capitalize on later.
Abel Sanchez warns that Crawford's speed might give him an early edge, but Canelo's strength, power, and experience could turn the fight in his favor. As the rounds progress, Canelo's precise punches and late-round strategies could wear down Crawford, making every second in the ring critical. Crawford has trained hard, sparred, and prepared for this challenge, but moving up in weight may affect his mobility and stamina. Fans are buzzing over every claim and rumor, but Greg Hackett defends Crawford, emphasizing his skills, preparation, and fair play. The tension rises as both fighters bring heart, strategy, and mental toughness to the ring. Will Crawford's speed cause an upset, or will Canelo's power dominate late? Don't miss a second of this epic showdown. Subscribe, share, and like to stay updated on every blow, every moment, and every shocking turn leading up to fight night.